Hello everyone, welcome to my new Let's Play of Ace Attorney, the first game, Phoenix Wright. This is take 2 of this actually, since last time I did it I noticed that I had a bunch of recording syncing problems, which I apologize for. I did not know that those were there. So like I've said, I'm visually impaired, so it's hard for me to see things, meaning that times during this game it'll be hard for me to like notice things and click around until I find them. So you can bear with me there. This is actually more of a dub, so I'm going to be reading like all of the text in the game, which can hurt my voice sometimes. I apologize for like all the coughing that gets into the video. Anyway, I hope you like the dub, and we're going to get started in a moment. As you can see, I'm using a bit of a different software here to record and fix my issues. This is actually on my phone, and I have a new controller I'm using as well, a new program. I'll be switching back and forth between the screens like that when there's something I need to see on the other screen. Most of the time you don't really need it, so I'm fine with having it small like that, whereas you guys can see it. I hope you guys can see it. So we're going to be getting into episode 1, the First Tournabout. Another take of this that I hope you guys enjoy, and it actually records properly this time. No, don't do that. As you can see, my new controller is a little bit finicky sometimes. Here, I'm gonna cheat. Blood dripping from the statue. It's awful. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Why am I nervous? Right. Oh, hi, Chief. Yeah, I'm glad I made it on time. I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks, Chief. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? Oh, really? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over. Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah, I think he said that. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die, man. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. My poor baby. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my little baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you, Larry. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Heavens knows why. Our school had a saying. When something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 24 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One saying I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. Well, that and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor! I hate doing pain, it hurts my voice so much. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright. This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control those nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking. I say shaking. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely, please. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Here we're going to swap over to the other screen. Phoenix, Wright, Larry, Butts, and Mia Fey. Well, it's obviously Larry. Come on, people. You gotta know that it's Larry. The defendant? Well, it's an easy one. It's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? The victim. Sorry about that. A phone call got in my way. Phew, I know this one. I'm glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's, wait, oh, I don't know it. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Poor Phoenix. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? Honestly, tell me if you forgot the name of the victim? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot for a moment there, temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. The tutorial bits. Just touch the court record button to check at any time. To check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me. Please, Phoenix, I'm begging you. Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case? First we'll switch screens again. Mia Fey, Cinder Block, or Cindy Stone? Well, to figure this out, we need to go in here. You can either look at this, which is the autopsy, listed as Cindy's autopsy, or you can go look at her profile, which is Cindy Stone. This thing does not like to cooperate with me. Bad controller. Victim's name is Cindy Stone. Yeah, it's Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? One more question. She died because she was... In an autopsy, it says that she was hit with a blunt object. She died from blunt force trauma. So, the answer is hit with blunt object. She is struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed at all, that's for sure. Well then, first a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor! As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently. Can't say that word today. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Excuse me about that. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem! Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we meant by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies! I don't believe a word of it. My baby would never do something so. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the record. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way! The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, not my Cindy Wendy. You can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts. What do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth off in all the wrong directions. Should I? Well, it doesn't really matter what you do. So I'll just do whatever. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That means she was a she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, I can't read that, it's too fast. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or didn't you? Well, yeah, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Still does not matter what you do, so just tutorial phase. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there, I went. What of it? Porter! Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Oh, Larry, what did you do? Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Saw It to the stand. Yeah, there are quite some lame names. They like using puns in this game. Mr. Saw It, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers. Mr. Saw It, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. First testimony. Witnesses account 1. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell me the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless cones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Saw used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout report added to the record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Your Honor? Alright, Wright, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do, Chief? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony that witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it. And rub it in the witness's face. Okay, gotcha. Touch the court record button and point out contradictions in the testimony. That's all you have to do, right? So, our first cross-examination of the game. Well, this one actually isn't too bad. Now I know what statement I'm aiming for. Yeah, the last time I did this, it took me a while to figure it out. I had to think it through a little bit, but now I know what I'm doing. Here's the statement I want. I remember the time exactly, it was 1 p.m. Now, we're going to switch to the other screen. Now, naturally you'd think it was the blackout report. What are you doing, remote? Now, you would think it's the blackout report because it says that there was a blackout from noon to 6, but that doesn't really have much bearing on when she was murdered. I just skipped over it. What we need to present here is the autopsy. The time of death was between 4 and 5 p.m., not at 1. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. It is to be quite impossible. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sott, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions and present them against the lies. Lies always beget more lies. see through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Alright, next round with him. The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one, Chief. Cross-examination time. This is where we want to use the blackout report. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There's only one large television. Right. I can't put my finger on it. But something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television. I'm sorry about the dog barking in the background. She is actually pretty loud at times. There we go. For a moment so I can feel sorry about that. Anyway. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. Oops. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sod? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. But wait, I remember now. Mr. Sot, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. Ah, the naive judge. So sorry about that, guys. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sot. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Nice short testimony. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Okay, so this one's actually fairly easy. And I keep hitting the button that way. You can see what he says. The murder weapon. Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off at the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence and your pointy hair, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sot. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just hit it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Well, yeah, of course we do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way you could have known the weapon was indeed a clock is to have held it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment or knew the victim. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh, yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sot. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandably, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Well, but what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with this clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock I heard, no, I mean, I saw, Phoenix just got a toupee in his face. Poor Phoenix. Shut up, you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him! He killed her and he should burn, give him death! Excuse me. Now we see your true colors, buddy. Order! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor! A moment, please! There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright. Your Honor. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence that supports this? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely the clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? Excuse me. I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between when Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. That's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, so close too. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. They treat me like a criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Excuse me. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. It's Mia to the rescue! Mia, I mean, Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock running 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Just seeing which one's which there, and yes, of course we can. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Well, it's pretty obvious since there's only one piece of evidence we have not used in this crime yet. And that would be... going the wrong way here. There it is. The passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It, or should I say, Mr. Did It. And he fainted, because we just caught him in a lie and got him. Haha. Won this case. Order, I say. That's a pretty short case. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yay for Larry. And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house that day. When Larry went to the apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Solid grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and... struck her dead. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew. I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe you. I owe you one. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy before. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick! Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Very bad. No, it is good. Oh, Larry. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks, I really owe you one. I won't forget this. Ever. Let's celebrate dinner, movie, my treat. Come on, babe, just say you want to go out with me. No, I'd rather not. But maybe Nick would want to. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook, man. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me. Wait, wasn't this the evidence? Want us to show some evidence to Larry. No, go the other way. There we go. It's the thinker. this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. Yeah, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to just take traveling and lug around. Well, make of it what you will, man. Hey, Nick! I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer, man. Really, I am. Thanks a bunch. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent buds. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part of it at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. Mia, stop trying to get dates with Phoenix. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Geez, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. Pro bono work, no rest for the weary. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. And that's the end of case 1, guys. A brand new episode has been added. I hope you enjoyed and that, that you liked my take on this. I'll be posting this up soon to replace the old one, so look forward to it. And next time we meet, we will begin with Turnabout Sisters. So, yeah, I hope you liked the video. Please, like, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions. I'm a pretty big fan of the Ace Attorney series and know a lot about it. So, yeah, let me know what you think. I hope to see you guys next time.